All right, 6 weeks of the MLB season have finished. All right, back with another update. What? Let's get us going.
I'm going to start us off with the AL East this time, correct order.
Thank you,
The,
thank you.
the New York Yankees, probably one of the best teams in baseball right now, right?
Fortunately.
Sitting at 23-11. Tampa Bay is a game and a half behind at 21-12. Just swept one of the worst teams in baseball. And then Toronto 16-18, Baltimore 15-19, and then Boston is now 10 games back from the division lead with two losses in a row right now. I mean,
Yeah,
I
no, I mean it's crazy. Like we said before, we had higher expectations for that team going into the season, and I think at this point, I don't see a scenario where things get much better for them. But I mean, yeah, talk about New York Yankees and Tampa Bay Rays here. I mean, clearly two teams that I think are going to dominate for most of the season. I don't see either one of these teams slowing down. And I think it'll be a fun race to the top. I mean, I think a big thing for the Yankees is, as long as this pitching can stay hot and the bullpen can continue to do well, because that's kind of always the thing for them, right? They're always really good in the regular season, and the bullpen especially ends up having a lot of issues later down the road. Um, so looking at Tampa Bay here, I mean, if they can keep doing what they're doing and they can wait for the right time, right? Wait for the New York Yankees to kind of start to struggle with their bullpen. I think that could be an opportunity for them to take the division. But, looking at the two teams, just exactly how they are right now. I mean, I really like the Yankees right now in this division. Do want to point out though, Toronto 6-4 in their last 10. This is a team we've been kind of waiting to kind of start showing signs of being a little bit better. So right, they go out, end of last week, they win a 3-game series against Cleveland, 2 games out of 3, which obviously, we've talked about a lot. Cleveland's a really good team, and that race in their divisions with the Tigers is gonna be really competitive this year, right? You go and beat the Red Sox in a series. However, for some reason only playing 2 games against Minnesota, but got swept in 2 games, I guess, against Minnesota, which you don't like to see, but um still don't know, really don't know if they will be able to compete with the Yankees and Rays because, the Yankees and Rays look like they're much better teams than the Blue Jays right now. But Blue Jays are going to play Tampa Bay this week. So you got a 3-game series starting tomorrow. So I think that'll be really telling to kind of get a real idea of where the Blue Jays are at, I think.
I like it. I think that's one of the biggest series of the week coming up, in my opinion. And
I
then
think
I
so
think,
too.
believe I called it last week. I think Baltimore's on their way down.
Yeah, no, I've been a little bit more optimistic with that team than you
Hmm.
have. I think what will be interesting to see is if they fall beyond the Red Sox, because I know you believe that they'll eventually fall to last place in this division.
2-game
You
difference.
know, yeah, and it's starting to look like that. I mean, they both 4-6 of the last 10. Um, we'll see how this looks in a week. I mean, there's a lot of divisions that look exactly the same
Hmm.
when we recorded last week, and there's some divisions that look completely different. So
Yeah.
we'll see what this looks like between Boston and Baltimore. Not that I guess it really matters who's in last place. I mean, the point is right now neither one of these teams are making the playoffs. So
Yeah. Um, but I agree as of right now. I think it's the Yankees for me in this
yeah,
division.
because once again, it's kind of the common denominator right now. We talk about this every single week.
Hmm.
But we just look at what the pitching staff's been doing, man. I mean, Cam Schlittler, he's sub 2 ERA throughout the season. I mean, Max Fried, 0 earned runs this week. Cam Schlittler, 0 earned runs in his 6 innings pitched.
Yeah.
Will Warren, 6.1 innings. Gave up 1 earned run and only 3 hits. So just dominate. I mean, as the opposing team, like what are you supposed to do? I mean, these starters, I mean, they're going 6, 7, 8 innings and allowing 0 or 1 earned run in their outings.
Yeah.
Um, not a single starter other than um, yeah, not a single starter let up more than 1 earned run this week. So
Yeah.
um, it's really impressive. And then obviously, like we talked about before, right? This bullpen's been really dominant. David Bednar did, I think, blow a saber too this week, but so what?
Yeah.
Teams still winning games. And then Rays. I mean, it's really interesting how well they're playing because their offense is only hitting 222 right now.
Hmm.
Um, I mean, Junior Caminero, I mean, I think one of the guys we've been most excited about this year. I mean, he hit a homer this week. And he's leading the team in home runs. He's been good. Um, but I mean, other than that, I mean, there's not a lot of, Cedric Mullins has been good to start the year, but
Yeah.
not a lot outstanding going on in this offense.
Yeah.
But I think this pitching staff is flying under the radar a little bit.
Hmm.
The stars, I mean, Steven Matz, right? 3.8 ERA through 37 innings pitched. Nick Martinez, 1.7 ERA through 37 innings pitched. Drew Rasmussen, 30 innings pitched, got his 2.6 ERA. And then a couple 3 ERAs, at the back end of this rotation. And I mean, they've been really good. Bullpen's been eh. It's been eh. I mean, it's not we're not looking at the worst bullpen numbers we've ever seen, but
Yeah.
I mean the staff as a whole has a sub 4 ERA, right? Bullpen and starters included. So definitely think their pitching staff's falling on the radar. So and definitely making up for, not necessarily the most electric offense in the league, but they're clearly getting the job done. So
Yeah.
um but yeah, no, with that we can move on.
Love it. The AL Central, very interesting division.
Hmm.
We have a tie for first place right now with Cleveland and Detroit.
Yeah, and we had a tie between the two of them last Sunday. So
Yeah. So it's that stays the same. The White Sox are only a game and a half back after going 7-3 in their last 10.
mhm.
The Royals are also 7-3 in their last 10. So maybe some signs of life there. I know we've kind of been talking about how they haven't really been the best so far.
No, but I will say Kansas City they have a really good staff.
Yeah. And
Um,
then fifth place Minnesota is only 3 games back. So I
yeah.
mean,
Yeah,
still
and
close.
Minnesota, I mean, they held first place, I think, for a few weeks there early on.
Hmm.
They've been kind of hanging on. They were hanging on last week, and then, right, obviously they had a tough last 10 games. They had a tough stretch. Um, but I mean, I think we both kind of talked about last week. I mean, Minnesota is probably going to fall off. I don't think they're a great team.
Yeah.
Um, but no, I mean, I think this division. Right, I think right. I mean, obviously, I think a lot of people are very caught up in Cleveland and Detroit right now,
Hmm.
and I still believe in Detroit. I think they can win this division for sure. But I also love Cleveland. Okay, these are two teams that are playing outstanding baseball right now, but they're both of them are only a game above 500, right?
Hmm.
And Chicago, I mean, they started off well, and they've been playing good baseball, and I don't think we can count out the Chicago Cubs or Chicago White Sox in this division,
Yeah.
right?
And
Because
starting tomorrow, Kansas City and Cleveland have a series, and that's going to be massive.
that's going to be really big, right? Because one series can completely reshape what this division looks like.
Hmm.
Um, but and it's one of those divisions where, right, one team from this division is going to go to the playoffs. Whoever wins this division is going to go to the playoffs, but this division will not have a wild card team.
Yeah, I know.
Um, and definitely I think one of the weaker divisions in the league right now. Just the fact that the Chicago White Sox, who, while they're competitive, they're not a great team, and the fact that they are totally capable of winning this division right now, I think says a lot. But I mean, all these teams, I think they're walking on a thin line right now.
Yeah.
So we'll see how this shapes up. But just looking at what I've seen so far, though, I mean, Cleveland's the only team in this division I think that can go into the playoffs and win a series. I don't know if the way Detroit's playing, if right they can necessarily go and beat whoever they're gonna have to play,
Yeah.
in the playoffs. And obviously, it's really really early to talk about the playoffs, but
Yeah.
it's just an interesting division for sure.
It's a tight race. I'm really excited. I'm excited. I don't know when they play each other next, but that will be a great series.
Yeah,
I'm excited for that.
yeah, it will.
Yeah. Do you have anything else for the Central here?
Not much. I mean, not much to talk about here. I mean, like I said, I mean, Kansas City pitching staff very underrated. Um, Starters are admirable, but the bullpen's been really, really good. Offense, not necessarily anything special there. And then right, some good stuff going on in this White Sox offense for sure. Pitching staff's been good.
Hmm.
And then, Cleveland. I mean, we've talked about Cleveland a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, this offense, Chase DeLauder has been, really good so far. They're hitting 235 as a team. Um, I think we've seen this offense do well. I mean, they're putting up runs and, this pitching staff. I mean, Parker Messick, I mean, absolute stud. I love watching him. I mean, almost threw no hitter, I think last week. But we're looking at 2.7 ERA from Gavin Williams so far this year. Parker Messick 2.4. Tanner Beebe, I think Tanner
Hmm.
Beebe, 4 ERA. Joey Cantillo, 3.6. So definitely the ERA or the bullpen's been really good so far. Outside of a couple guys. So,
Yeah.
but we'll see though. Like I said, I mean looking at the league as a whole, right? These teams they're not great in comparison to, I think some of these teams we're seeing, but, and as far as the division goes, it's a close race for sure. And it's exciting because we could see a team like the Chicago White Sox sneak their way in there, I think. I wouldn't be
Yeah.
surprised at all.
And there's a
So,
long way to go. So
yeah.
I think even over the next week, this division might change a lot. So
Hmm.
we'll see what
Yeah.
happens.
Yep.
The AL West, the A's are sitting in first place with a
Hmm.
2-game lead. I mean, I'm pretty shocked. I mean, I think we all knew that they were going to be competing, right, this year. I mean, I think they have a super young core there, but I mean, seeing like the Rangers in Seattle, like they're losing their last 2 and 3 games
Hmm.
last couple of days. Houston moved up to fourth, and the Angels are hardcore falling out of it. But I mean,
We knew that was going to happen.
what do you what do you think about like the top of this division?
Yeah. I mean, look, I don't want to say I'm surprised about the A's. I mean, we've talked about how much potential this team has,
Hmm.
I think. And we talked about how, especially looking at them from, the offensive side of things. I mean, I think we knew that this team is going to be really good at some point. I think the question were things going to click this year? And I think for the most part, we didn't think it was going to be this year.
Hmm.
Right. Right. I think we in our heads, right, it was going to give them, they're going to need another year or two, and especially like another year or two to build a pitching staff. Um, but I think this pitching staff has been a really great surprise. I think for the most part, I mean, I think the offense is doing, I think, what we could have expected. I mean, they're hitting 252 as a team right now, which is really good. I mean, Jacob Wilson is hitting 295. Shai Langoliers, I mean, like I said, I mean, he's looking like an MVP. He's clearly an all-star catcher this year. He's hitting 336 so far this year with 10 home runs. Tyler Soderstrom, a little lower on the average side. He's got 4 home runs this year, but he's got a good number of RBIs. I mean, he's definitely contributing. Nick Kurtz, who, he started off the year slow, but I mean, he's really starting to heat up. He's hitting 244 now with 5 home runs. This offense is doing really well, and I think there's still room for this offense to keep getting better this year.
Yeah.
Um, but the biggest surprise has, in my mind, been the pitching staff. Um, Luis Severino, a little higher ERA. I mean, in terms of the whole season, he's at a 4.46 right now, but he stacked some really good outings together, the last few years. So has Aaron Cavale, and then Jeffrey Springs has been, kind of came out of nowhere this year. I mean, almost threw a no hitter against the Yankees. He's sitting at a 3.96 ERA right now. Just kind of looking at what the staff has done this week, to kind of help, um, lead the A's to kind of taking that first place spot. I mean, Luis Severino, right? He went 7 innings with an earned run. Um, you
Hmm.
know, uh, I mean, Aaron Cavale, right? 0 runs in 5. Couple rough outings. I mean, Jacob Lopez gave up 7 in 6 innings this week. But you know, bullpen. I mean, it's been okay.
Yeah.
Um, so I mean, I don't know. I know we talked about last week whether or not the A's were going to be a serious contender this year. I think that's still open for debate.
Hmm.
Um, I mean, like I said, the pitching staff's been surprising, I think, and they've definitely done well. Um, but especially the bullpen. I don't know how much of the success they're going to be able to maintain throughout the course of the season. And the fact is, I mean, the Seattle Mariners are still, they're still a team I truly believe are going to keep getting better.
Yeah.
Um, and I mean, we can talk about the Seattle Mariners for a little bit. I mean, but this offense started off terrible, right? And we've talked about how they probably have one of the best pitching staffs in the league. Um, the offense was hitting like 200 throughout the year, and all of their best hitters were hitting like Kyle Rayleigh. He was sub 200 through the first like 4 or 5 weeks of the season, right? Josh Naylor was hitting like a buck 20 right to start out the year. Um, but these guys have really started to contribute, right? Kyle Rayleigh's now leading the team in home runs, right? He's got 7 so far. And you look at just the past week, right? Julio Rodriguez, he had 346, right? Had 9 hits, a couple of homers this week, right? Um, Cole Young hit 318 this week. He had 7 hits with 6 RBIs, which is really good. Kyle Rayleigh, 4 RBIs, hit a couple home runs this week. So, I mean,
Hmm.
we're starting to see some really good things here. And I think some things that are just going to keep getting better. So, I think 2 weeks from now, 3 weeks from now, I mean, I think the Rangers, what we're seeing is what we're going to get.
And I find it interesting seeing who they're all playing next to start this week.
Hmm.
So the A's play Philly, a very
Uh-huh.
bad team, but the Rangers in Seattle play New York and Atlanta, some tough teams. So I mean, the A's have a little chance here to maybe put a little extra room in between.
No, the A's do have a really good opportunity to create some separation in this division. But the way I look at it too is the Seattle Mariners have an opportunity to, start showing that they are a team that's going to compete this year.
Hmm.
And I hope they do because, until they are eliminated from the playoffs, I'm gonna stand by it. I mean, this team's a team that I think can really compete this year, and I think they're a team that can make the playoffs.
I am going to say I think they'll be in front of Texas this time next week.
Yeah.
Right now they're a half game back. I think they're going to at least pass them up. But
Yeah, because like I said, I mean, I think the Rangers, I think they're good. But I think for the most part, what we're seeing out of them is what we're going to get. And right now, what we're seeing is I think a team that's ultimately going to finish behind the Mariners and A's
hmm,
in this division. I
yeah,
think that's fair to say.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. All right. Well, I'm going to go to the NL here.
Hmm.
Since I started with the AL East, I'm going to do the NL East to start.
Okay.
I think I say this every week, right? This is the Braves division.
Yeah. Well, it looks exactly the same as last week. Literally nothing's changed.
I don't have much to say. Like the Mets suck, the Phillies suck. I mean, they had a decent week, but I mean, at the end of the day, the Braves are going to have this thing wrapped up by
Yeah.
August at this point. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
um, they go in and sweep a Colorado team who's not easy to beat.
Hmm.
Um, I was at the game Friday night. They came back from being 6 runs down in like the third inning or fourth inning.
Right.
Um, this team is no joke. 8-2 in their last 10. I
Yeah.
mean, I don't really see. I think I said this last week too. I don't really see much weakness in this team.
Yeah. No, I mean, the offense is good. The pitching staff is good. And I think we're going to see them, I think, pretty soon slip into, double digit lead in this division.
Hmm.
Um, And like I said, I mean, you look at I mean, nothing's changed with these other teams. I mean, the Mets are still bad and the Phillies are still bad. Um, and Miami is, competitive, but they're not. In the end of the day, they're not a. They're a mediocre.
Hmm.
They're a mediocre team, and same with the Nationals.
Yeah.
Definitely teams that they're not going to roll over against you. They can show up and beat you. Right? They're not the Mets, right? The Mets are going to show up and roll over every single day.
Yeah.
But no, nobody's taking this division from the Braves. So no, we'll probably have the same exact conversation next week.
Every week for the
So
rest of the season,
yeah,
probably. But yeah. Is that all you have? I mean, this
yeah,
is not much else to
that's
say
really all
there.
there is for that.
Yeah.
I mean,
All right, I'm gonna go NL Central now. This is kind of a shocker, though.
this is probably the most exciting division that we have because it
I
looks
Yeah.
completely different from last week. Every team is in a different place.
We have the Cubs with a 2-game lead in first place.
Mm-hmm.
2 games behind is both the Cardinals and Cincinnati sitting at 20 and 14, and then
Mm-hmm.
after that, Milwaukee and Pittsburgh tied at 3.5 games back. I mean, and Pittsburgh's won 3 in a row, so it's not like they're doing
Mhm.
bad.
No, I mean they're all above 500. I mean every team in this division is good right now. Every team is playing good baseball, and every single team in this division has the ability to win this division.
Yeah. And I think it shows
Um,
how good Pittsburgh is sitting last, and the Braves division would be second place by like multiple games right now.
right.
So I mean,
Yeah. And every single one of these teams would be in first place in the AL Central. So,
hmm yeah,
and AL West for that matter.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
so yeah, so and look, we talked about the Cubs last week, and you made the point, we made the point that we think the Chicago Cubs are starting a little bit of a hot streak, and that the next week is going to be really telling of how good they are because of the teams that they're playing. Well, they proved us wrong because after losing the series to the Dodgers, they go and win 2 out of 3 against San Diego, who's been really, really good. They sweep the Arizona Diamondbacks, who, while I don't think that they are a wild card team this year, they are a very competitive team and they will beat you. All right.
hmm
Now, they have to go play 4 games against the Cincinnati Reds. Which is going to be really telling because this could, I mean, it's for first place in the division, right? I mean, um,
Yeah,
Cincinnati goes and wins 3 games, then,
it's
they're
first
back up in
place.
first place. Chicago loses 3 games, they're easily going from first to third,
hmm
or maybe even last at this point, the way that division's looking. I mean,
Yeah,
yeah, Chicago could wake up in 3 days and be in last place, and that's how competitive this division is. Um, but I mean, time's only gonna tell. I mean, hopefully we start seeing somewhat of a separation, hopefully in 3 weeks or so.
hmm
Um, so we can start getting a better idea. I think I've been really high on the Reds in this division, and I still am. As long as their offense can kind of keep competing, it's been my biggest worry. Um, but I mean, right now, I mean, the Chicago Cubs offense, I mean, they look really good. They're hitting 258 as a team right now. Um, Nico Horner, which shout out to No BS Talk because we ranked him as our number 1 second baseman in the league, and he's hitting 301 right now.
hmm
Leading the team in average, and in hits. He's got 40 hits so far this year. Right, Ian Happ, who's not necessarily known as a super huge name. I mean, he's got 8 home runs right now. Leading the team in home runs. I mean, B. Crow Armstrong. I mean, outstanding defensively. He's hitting okay. His offense looks good. It really does. Um, and then what was his name? Edwards. Edward Cabrera. I mean, he talked about how good of a start he's had to the season. He's been doing well. Shota Imanaga, he's been doing really well.
hmm
And the bullpen's been holding teams for the most part. So, um, I don't think I think at this point there's no reason to say that the Cubs are just hot. I mean, they're a good team. And, we also look at the Cardinals. The Cardinals are another team we said we're going to fizzle out. And I mean, I think you kind of still think that they might. Um, but the fact is
yeah.
this team's doing a lot of the really good things too. I mean, Jordan Walker's hitting 307 with 10 home runs, and 39 hits. He's doing really well. Offense is hitting 242 right now. So there's not a team in this division that I think is going to roll over anytime soon.
Well, I like how you brought up Cubs are playing Cincinnati, right? That's a huge series,
Hmm.
but also Milwaukee and St. Louis have a 3 game set coming up. Um,
Hmm.
that's, I mean, it's kind of cool seeing all these guys finally, they're all playing each other. I mean,
Yeah,
outside of
and
Pittsburgh, but
this could be an opportunity too for Milwaukee to finally kind of get back,
hmm
in the race. Not that they're out of. I mean, nobody's out of the race.
yeah.
I mean, a 3.5 game split, across the division. Um, but we might get to see them work their way up into second place or first place this week too. So, um, but yeah, no, super fun division to watch, and it's gonna be exciting to see how this turns out because it could be any of them. Really could.
And I think talking about them in a week from now, this division's going to look a whole lot different.
It's
So
gonna be completely different next week, and the fact is too is there. I mean, might be 2 wildcard teams out of this division. I mean,
yeah,
so
definitely.
these are all playoff teams, in my opinion.
Yeah. I agree. I'm gonna move to a division where it doesn't have a lot of playoff teams.
No.
The NL West, half game difference between the Dodgers and Padres here. Very close. Definitely want to see another series between those two because I think that
Yeah.
would really show a lot. And then after that, it kind of falls off. Arizona's 4.5 back. Colorado and
Hmm.
Giants 7.5, 8 games back. I mean,
Yeah.
this honestly, this whole division hasn't looked great this week. I believe they were all on pretty big losing streaks coming into today.
Yeah, even the Dodgers. I mean, the Dodgers have dropped a few series. They've had their issues. You know, their backup catcher is kind of a douchebag.
Yeah.
Um, but no, so Dodgers do go to San Diego in a couple weeks, so we will get that series pretty soon. Um, but yeah, no, I mean it's the same thing we said last week. I mean, I don't know if San Diego's going to be able to beat out LA for the division. But San Diego's at
Mhm.
least a wild card team. But you know, outside of those two teams, I mean, you know, like I said, I mean Arizona, Colorado, they're admirable, right? They can beat you. San Francisco, right? Chances are they're going to come in and roll over against you, but unfortunately, um, but you know, lost six in a row. But no, I mean, I do hope, you know, I mean, the Giants fan in me, you know, wants to see San Diego really give LA a run for the money and maybe take the division.
Mhm.
Because if it's not going to be us, I sure as hell don't want to see it be LA. And it
Yeah.
is interesting too, because, you know, we talk about how good the NL Central is. It's completely feasible that whoever is first place in the NL West is the only team that makes the playoffs.
I mean, I could see it for sure. I mean, yeah.
You know, because I mean, you go and you look at the wild card standings here, and
Well, we do.
um,
We have.
you know, right now San Diego's leading, but they're tied with Cincinnati and St. Louis for first
Yeah.
place in the wild card, right? And then Milwaukee's right behind him at 1.5 games back. Pittsburgh's right behind him 1.5 games. So this could easily flip, and like this could be, you know, Cincinnati, Milwaukee, and St. Louis, right?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
um, and you know, and like I said, I mean, there's a lot of things that are going to change in that NL Central. But it's going to be some combination of these teams in the NL Central and San Diego or LA in this wild card spot,
Yeah.
depending on who wins that division. But
Unless
it's totally possible that the second place team in the NL West does not make the playoffs this year
that's
because of
crazy to
how
think
good the
about.
NL Central is. Yeah.
I never thought it would come down to that, but I mean, it
And
definitely
the
could.
way that the Dodgers are playing right now and the way that these teams are playing in the NL Central, it's totally feasible that the Dodgers don't even make the playoffs this year. I
Please,
know,
could
right?
you
I know.
imagine? Oh my, that would just be the
Which
coolest
is
thing ever.
crazy if they don't, because they're gonna not make the playoffs and still be one of the best teams in the league. But now is that gonna happen? Probably not. I mean, we're stretching here. Because in the end of the day, it's still early.
They'll go on a huge run
But
or something, but
yeah, but
yeah, I mean, some good series coming up. Arizona and Pittsburgh will be a fun one.
yep.
Um, Rockies are going against the Mets. I think they'll probably win that series.
Mm-hmm.
I think.
They can sweep.
And I mean, probably a stretch here, but if Pittsburgh sweeps Arizona and Colorado sweeps the Mets, they're tied for third with Arizona, which I mean, it's a big stretch, but
Yeah.
Colorado's at least in it against Arizona, I think. So I mean, we'll
Yeah.
see how
No.
that
And
goes.
I mean, you know, I mean, like we said before, I mean, Colorado, they are tremendously better than they were last year.
Mhm.
You know, I think for the Rocky fans out there, I mean, you know, it sucks. You know, another year you're not going to make the playoffs, but you know, you gotta be thinking optimistically about the future of this team. So,
Yeah, yeah. So I mean, it's gonna be fun to watch.
yep. All right. Well, with that said, that is yet another week of the MLB season. We'll see you guys back here next week and Monday morning for our Week 7 update. All right. We'll see you guys.